We see the headlines, the big events that make us wonder if things are falling apart. But what about the quiet changes? The slow decay that's harder to spot, the real cracks forming beneath the surface of society. These aren't the signs you hear about every day, but they could be the most important warnings of all. We're not talking about the obvious stuff like economic crashes or natural disasters, although those are definitely part of the picture. We're focusing on the subtle shifts in how we interact, how we perceive the world, and what we've come to accept as normal. These are the hidden indicators, the early warning signs that society's foundation is weakening. Today, we're going to look at 3 of the most critical ones you need to understand. First up, a quiet killer of community, the decrease in social trust. It's not just about trusting politicians or the media, although that's a big part of it. It's about trusting your neighbors, the people you interact with every day. When trust erodes, people pull back. They become more isolated. They're less likely to help each other out in a pinch, less likely to work together to solve problems. This makes a society fragile. Think about it. If you don't trust the person next to you, how can you build anything stable or resilient together? We see this in everything from declining participation in local groups to the way we interact online, where anonymity can breed suspicion and hostility. This isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable decline in the social capital that holds communities together. The less we trust, the more vulnerable we become when things go wrong. Next up, a sign that's become almost invisible because we see it everywhere. The normalization of dysfunction, specifically when it comes to political corruption and a total lack of accountability. It's not just about a politician taking a bribe here or there anymore. It's about a system where ethical lines are constantly blurred, where conflicts of interest are ignored, and where those in power seem to operate above the law. We've seen scandals that would have ended careers decades ago now barely register a blip in the news cycle. Investigations drag on with no resolution, and consequences for blatant misconduct are rare. When the people in charge aren't held accountable, it sends a message that rules don't matter, eroding the very foundation of a just society. This normalization of corruption breeds cynicism and apathy among citizens, making them feel powerless to affect change. And a population that feels powerless is less likely to resist when even greater abuses occur. It's a slow rot that weakens the entire structure from the top down. Finally, we have the fragmented information landscape. In a healthy society, people generally have a shared understanding of reality, even if they disagree on opinions. But when information is siloed, when it's impossible to agree on basic facts, that shared reality disappears. We end up living in different information universes exposed only to what confirms our existing beliefs. This makes dialogue impossible, compromise unlikely, and collective action to address real threats almost unimaginable. When people can't agree on what the problem is, they certainly can't agree on a solution. This fragmentation is amplified by technology, creating echo chambers that reinforce biases and make us more susceptible to misinformation and manipulation. A society that can't agree on the truth is a society that can't survive a serious crisis unified. These 3 hidden indicators, the decline of trust, the acceptance of dysfunction, and the fragmentation of information, are subtle, but they are powerful signals. They tell us that the underlying health of our society is deteriorating. Being aware of them is the first step. It allows you to see beyond the surface-level events and understand the deeper forces at play. It informs your prepping, helping you focus on not just physical supplies but on building resilience in your community and with access to reliable information. Don't wait for the obvious collapse. Start recognizing the hidden signs today. Stay vigilant, stay connected, and stay prepared.